Hello, Aquarius rising, and Aquarius moon people. This is your weekly astrological end card horoscope for the week starting November 27th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you Aquarian people out there, remember, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on when it comes to your astrology this week? Well, on Tuesday, we've got Mercury forming a tight conjunction with Saturn in your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And this can be an aspect of intervention, or of calling out and correcting. And you may be doing this with a friend of yours, somebody who maybe we've been worried about their behavior, maybe they've been mistreating other people, mistreating you. And this is definitely a time where a lot of you are going to have to, pay attention to where this person does need to be called out on their behavior. Maybe we've been tolerant for too long, we've been silent for too long, getting into a place where, with Mercury conjunct Saturn, maybe if this is just the new reality, then we have to cope with this as well. But this may be actually something where, your patience has been tested, and now it's time for you to say your piece. On Saturday, we've got Jupiter, planet of luck, harmony, and abundance in your 10th house of career, forming a gorgeous trine to Neptune, currently in your 2nd house of employment and earned income. And this could indicate a soft promotion coming your way. This may not necessarily be an official promotion in terms of title, but it may be an opportunity to make some extra coin. And with Jupiter trine to Neptune, it's a gift. It's something handed out to us. Now, whether this is a benefic decision on behalf of the whole organization you work for, or you're going to work for, or possibly even something coming from a higher up who just simply has a, who's become quite fond of you, we do have this coming to you. Now, I wouldn't call this a handout. This is clearly something I think you've earned. You may be getting noticed for something that, you should have been noticed for long ago. Because usually with Neptune involved, we do have people being generous where they should be. So what's going on with your cards? Well, for your spiritual advice, do the card of fire, the fire element in the Madame Medora fortune cards. And the prompt indicates reckless actions lead to conflict. And this card's kind of interesting because it's very important to pay attention. When this card shows up, there are two things that you have to pay attention to. Keeping people in the know with the decisions that you're making, so we're not afraid to talk about it, we're not afraid to dialogue about it, and making sure that we don't go with our first impulse when it comes to, being reactive. Because the fire card can often indicate a breakdown of communication, people acting all crazy, running around all willy-nilly. And with the, with this card, it can create more harm than good. Some people just gotta snap. Let's be honest, we've all needed to snap every once in a while. But with the fire card, what it can indicate here is if people are not informed as to what you're doing and why you're doing it, it can create conflict. Because why would they know any better? And the same thing can go for maybe, let's not snap the first way we thought about snapping, let's snap the second way. Because impulse control can be hard to do sometimes, especially when, again, emotions and energies hit the roof. And this week, you may not be the only one dealing with it. The reason I think so is because for your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Nine of Swords reversed. Okay? And the Nine of Swords reversed can often indicate, again, an area where there's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of, even despair about nothing. Nothing bad is happening, but people are reacting as such. So sometimes this can talk about displaced stress or misplaced stress that's kind of coming in from different areas it doesn't belong. And we don't want to obviously join the throng when it comes to how people are handling this at the office when it comes to money. The Nine of Swords reverse can indicate actually people needing to be put on warning that they could actually be self-sabotaging a good thing by getting anxious just because they're uncertain, when actually it's a good surprise behind door number one, not a bad one. And the Nine of Swords reverse could indicate, a need to pay attention. Okay, I can't get sucked in. I can't get sucked into the work culture. I can't get sucked into this right now. And that's a very important thing to do. Keeping people informed while you take your leave absolutely is your obligation. But at the same time, I feel like you may actually be the only one benefiting from this shift because a lot of people, again, are giving into their baser stresses and they're not doing a good job keeping them under control. For your communications with air when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we've got the Chariot reversed. And there may be a problem that comes up this week with a friend or a relative who has kind of double booked themselves, and maybe there's something very important going on and they can't be in two places at once. Sometimes the Chariot card reverse can also show up where a friend or a relative starts to really break down and they're coming to you for a bit of support because they can't be in two places at once. This can indicate maybe obligations to too many different people, or possibly just feeling overrun because maybe their greed or their avarice is caught up with them. The Chariot card reverse says this person will be coming to you in a humble way. This person will have been humbled. Be careful about I told you so attitudes, but also at the same time, with the Chariot card reverse, this is basically saying this person has decided to take measures to downsize in their life, and they may be asking you to make their decisions for them. I don't know if you feel comfortable doing that, but it's on the table. For your challenge this week with fire, we've got the Fool card upright. Very, very interesting card for a challenge, because the Fool is kind of saying, you, Aquarius, maybe getting an opportunity to sort of start a new adventure, or perhaps embark on, I guess you could say a new wild, experimental, or adventurous phase of your life that you used to be all gung-ho about. I'm getting that you used to actually want to do this. You used to actually be totally down, looking for this, and now you're just not sure. It's almost like a good thing shows up a little bit late. How are we going to work that in? And the Fool card upright is saying, well, you're going to have to keep an open mind about this. Because you are finally getting the opportunity, whether this is, again, a new way to handle your work, a new job, new friends, a new place to live, some special kind of trip. And the Fool card is saying it's all being put back on the table this week, again, albeit a bit late. Can you still squeeze it in? That's up to you. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Eight of Cups upright. And the Eight of Cups is indicating, Eight of Pentacles upright. And it looks like you and a partner, or you and a crush, are really getting down and dirty about making an improvement to the quality of life for the couple that has maybe been suffering a little bit. Now, sometimes it suffers because no one's doing anything wrong. We just have excess priorities, and the Eight of Pentacles is saying, well, how do we improve this? How do we actually finally get around to fixing this? It may not even be something that you have as a couple. This may be something that you and a partner have been sort of avoiding for a while. Maybe it's a home project. Maybe it's something to do with one of your kids. But the Eight of Pentacles is kind of saying, this is going to be a week of some major home improvement, maybe some major relationship renovation going on. And the nice thing is with the Eight of Pentacles is everybody is on board. This can also be a card of second chances, given the readiness for everyone involved to improve and not bring the past into the new. And this could be very, very good, especially for those of you who are maybe just dating and have a chance to give somebody another try. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.